What's going on, everybody? Today we making Cajun blackened salmon with bok choy. So let's get started. Alright, got some fresh bok choy. This is baby bok choy actually. Already got salmon already thawed out, which I'm going to use some paper towels and paper plate. Rinse some of the liquid. Do that first. So a paper plate. Use 2 pieces of paper towel. I don't think it's easy peel on this or not. Let's see it. I have to reach over it and get the scissors, and then camera thing turned off. I can't do what I'm doing now. Cutting the top off the camera. Get this salmon somewhat drained. Now this salmon is has a skin on it, but they didn't remove the scales, so it's kind of a shame. And I'm gonna make sure that they got rid of all the bones. Sometimes I miss a piece. I don't feel any. Yeah, it still has the scales on it. But I guess you could take something and scrape it off. I don't think it does. Still has the scales. Yeah, it does. But not gonna worry about it. But make sure your salmon's pat dry. And now I'm gonna go get the seasoning real quick. Alright, seasoning I'm using is Tony's whatever. This is a no salt Cajun seasoning. This stuff's not really that spicy. So I'm just gonna season the one side really well. If you want it spicy, a little bit of red pepper. A little bit goes a long way. Make sure nice and coated on the fish. No point in seasoning the other side because this already has scales on it. I'm not going to eat that part anyway. But I'm going to let this sit for a little bit and let the seasoning marinate into the fish a little bit. While your fish is marinating, you take your bok choy. I already trimmed off the ends of the bok choy because they're weird, and I did take scissors and then trimmed off like the weird spots. So I'm not going to chop it up. I'm just going to do quarters. So I'm going to cut this in half. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, did trim the stub end of it too. That's what it looks like inside. It smells pretty good. It has a cabbage, spinach, and then there's a slight sweetness to it. And then I'm also going to cut this again. Put it down. Actually, already starting to smell good already. The core. Maybe this one. That's pretty much about it. And I'm gonna roast that with the salmon. This one here fell apart. Actually, I might try this one piece. See if it actually tastes good. It smells pretty good. Alright, let's take your salmon. Multiple angles. And let's go to the stove. I'm not going to use the second camera. So, let's get started. Alright. Got it. 9 by 12. It's 9 by, long, and then 9 in the middle. So use a tablespoon of butter. Medium heat. Or kind of medium high, whatever it is, the butter melted. You can put a little bit of olive oil in there. Find that olive oil. I know some people, you don't cook with extra virgin. I'm only using like a little bit. It helps the butter from burning. About equal parts. You can use a lighter oil if you want. Vegetable oil. Or you can use a high temperature oil like avocado or grapeseed. So let that melt. Swirl this around, it's all melted. The butter and oil mixed. Why I'm using a big pan is I'm going to use the same pan because this pan has a metal handle on it. It's oven safe. I'm going to pan fry the fish and the bok choy in the same pan, but I'm going to get a sear on the fish first. And I'm going to do skin side down first. The pan could have been a little bit hotter, but it'll get going. Don't forget to throw your fish plate away because you can't use it. So basically I'm going to brown it on both sides. And the seasoning that I put on here should get a nice dark color. So that's basically what I'm looking for. Obviously each piece of fish is going to be different too. This one here is not really that thick of a piece. There's like pieces that you get that's like really thin, like the belly part, and then you get this big huge lump and then it goes back down to small again. So in here it's kind of almost even. So it should cook pretty good. Butter in one spot. It's starting to smell pretty good already. And I say about this piece, it's probably going to be like close to 2 minutes per side. Because I am going to finish it off in the oven, finish baking it, make sure it's cooked all the way through, and then like the middle. So basically that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back to show you when it's brown on the other side. Alright, it's time to flip the salmon. I can tell that it's, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not. You can actually see the salmon starting to cook almost all the way through. So it's time to flip it. Hopefully it should be nice and crispy on the skin side. Kind of a shame that I'm going to lay flat so I don't take all the oil. Put this here. Okay, let's put this down. I'm not putting that hard on it. I guess you could. But I just want to get a nice sear on it. Turn the heat down. Pan is getting too hot. So I'm just going to brown on this side, and then as soon as this fish is done, fish is almost done, and I'm going to put the vegetables in there, brown that up, and then finish it off in the oven. Alright, salmon's done, nice and charred. Let's get your bok choy. Alright, I'll turn it down because the pan's starting to smoke. Medium, low. I'm just gonna put this in here. I say one baby bok choy per serving. over. And I'm going to throw it in the oven, 350, until the fish is done. And don't forget, your pan handle for your pan's going to get nice and hot. I always end up forgetting to do that. So be back when it's done. Alright, it's done now. The oven's been in there about 15 minutes. Oops. I did rotate everything around, make sure they're cooked on all sides. I'm going to put this back over. So time to plate it up pretty much. So let's get this plated up. Looks pretty good. I like my vegetables like on the more softer side. I don't like too hard of a vegetable, so I cook mine a little bit longer. You can always, in between cooking the fish, like halfway through, you can put the vegetables in there and saute them up a little bit and put them in the oven. I just put them in there the same time up with the fish. That's the way I like it. I am going to dress the baby bok choy with seasoning. I know I didn't really season it, so don't forget your oven mitt because the handle is going to be hot. And you see it, a little bit of butter. I know it was cooked in butter and olive oil, but vegetables soak that up anyway. It's all on taste. So let's get this on top. And there. Let that sit on the butter and let that melt for a second. You can see it. Take my fish on the plate. I don't know, about a skinny piece of butter just to put on top so that melts. Like that. Let that sit there. Hopefully it should melt. Some fresh black pepper. Use whatever variety. I just got the regular black because there's green, there's multicolor. Put that on there. Pink salt, Himalayan pink. You can use whatever salt you want, or finishing salt. A little bit goes a long way. Say if you're good at it, you can do the whole tossing in the bowl, but it's kind of sticking a little bit. So I'm just gonna carefully flip it over. Nice and coated. I'm just gonna put it on the plate. Actually, I kind of want it like this way. Off center it a little bit. A little bit better. Maybe. I don't know. And if there's a little bit of oil, butter left, I'm just going to drizzle this back on here. I'll get the butter moving. Fat is flavor. It's optional. I'm doing this because I want a picture of it. So take a paper towel. And I want to clean the spot where I messed it up best I can. I ain't be 100% perfect. pretty good. Salmon a little bit back. And if you want lemon juice on it, that's all I got. I don't have any fresh. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lemon juice on the fish. A little bit. And one more thing you can add, it's optional, is I got some balsamic vinegar glaze. And actually, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on. It's really thick out of the refrigerator, so. You remember, it's like a cabbage. Or a mustard green. Let's get a close-up shot of it. Fish. That's butter on it. I'll try to get different angles for a thumbnail. A good thumbnail. Alright, I'm going to let this cool off a little bit. And I will do a taste test on it, see if it's actually any good. And make sure the fish is cooked in the middle and everything. So I'll be back for that. Alright, get this fish. See if it's cooked or not. Let's break it in the middle. It should be nice and flaky. Which it is. It's a nice crust on the outside, so you have like a skin on it. I'll cut a piece off. Alright, try the fish. Butter on it. See, it's falling off the fork. It means it's nice and tender. I'll do it this way. Alright, let's give it a try. Wow, fish nice and flaky. It's definitely not dried out. The lemon flavor to it. A piece of this bok choy. Good flavor to it. I like the vinegar on the bok choy. I do recommend the fish. It's actually pretty good bok choy. And first time having the baby bok choy. I already had the like a long time ago in the Chinese restaurant for the regular bok choy for wonton soup. But I do like this fish pretty good. So I'm gonna finish my dinner. Enjoy this video, get a thumbs up. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching and peace out.